Okay, we're good. You can start now. Thank you.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday, December 8th, and I'd like to call today's meeting to order. First on the agenda, does anyone have any conflict of interest with the agenda today?
One pumper. We're done here. We're leaving the property in the property manager's hands. We set up their meeting.
Did you catch that, Kathy, or anyone?
I think David Helwig's microphone was on, so we'll go ahead.
Okay, so there's no conflict noted. For today's, the adoption of the agenda.
10, engine terminated. OBC, please also leaving.
We need a motion, a mover for today's meeting to be presented and approved as is. Sandra? And a seconder, Jamie? And Stephen. Resolve that the agenda for Historic Sites Board meeting for December 8th, 2021 as presented be approved. All in favor? Carried. Adoption of minutes. This was for our meeting November 10th. So that was approved. We need a mover. David. Seconder. Stephen. Resolve that the minutes of the Historic Sites Board meeting of November 10th be approved. All in favor? Carried. And next on the agenda, business arising.
Yes, I just wanted to make note that with the agenda package, you should have received the page in the package with sort of the chart on policy review and strategic planning, the first glance. So you can see that the composition of these review task forces will have myself and Ian, and I'm only suggesting for the first review that we have one or two board members and some other museums people within our community help with policy review before then it returns back as a draft to the Historic Sites Board. So with this chart, I just wanted you to see, and if there is a policy or the strategic plan that you're interested, we will begin to review in January. So please send an email if you're interested in joining one of the task forces to do a review. That was really all. Any questions?
Anyone have a comment or question about that?
I have a question, Kathy. Are the policies on you? Can you share them?
They're probably not online right at the moment because everything has to be redone for the website for accessibility. So we pulled everything off until we get things redone. But I am, by all means, can send the policies out to the whole board.
Are they? They're not in my orientation binder, are they? Probably. I doubt it because I think I put together those.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because there was so much paperwork involved. Each policy is about 10 pages. So yeah, but I'll be more than happy to send a draft to everybody.
Yeah, I'd be interested in reading them and then I'd be able to choose which ones I want to work on. Okay. And then I'm assuming the January meetings are by Zoom?
At this point, yes, for everyone's health and safety.
Okay, next on the agenda, is there more information on the policy and strategic plan review, or do we move on to accounts?
You can move on.
Okay,
Unless-
so
Unless someone has anyone else has a question. Okay,
okay, we can refer to our account chart that you sent us.
yeah, this again is preliminary November print off from the city's financial statements. At the sort of halfway mark in November, it's showing a review. And as you can see, we still have not received the federal COVID relief fund. That should be arriving, we hope by year end. It'll coming and to still be received. We are doing Zoom curriculum also as revenue. Is there any questions on finance?
We need the board to,
I'll move it.
David, and someone to second.
Second, it's Alicia.
Alicia, approve the expenditures year to date. All carried. Curators report.
Madam Chair, we did have for attending, keeping our right now, the first some time to come in and shop %. For us, 13% people placed with us are received, and I did receive a donation. So it received from this procedure and policy further. Really on events and programs, as I said, of course, that are studying from home are virtual this afternoon, plus all the face-to-face, but staffs and all the teachers' instruction through their delivery and do it in the classroom later. A reminder too, we are on the Tuesday events, programs, and curriculums links to our organization and operations. They finished their reports for building communities through arts and heritage local festivals to the federal government. They will be applying, but they have, have received a federal loan. We're never going to get the grant. Implement they're exciting. The city's cultural grants, First Fest will now be included. Exciting as well that if they visual arts application. So, and then applications that I've been working on. The first one will be going in again, and it's at the city senior. It is with a Canadian Cultural Fund for making cultural. It's COVID reopening. So the first applications next week. So what I have done on your behalf is pulled together information of what is eligible. Eligibility allows summer kitchen if we are successful in it. We'll take a look at the furnace with air filtration. It'll take a look at summer kitchen and making all the triggers so that we're not all our tables and putting plexiglass, live streaming better, and the last one is open properly. So this would allow us to do it has, as I said, to apply. It's 100 update. It was fast and furious, and then I didn't hesitate.
It's a great job on the open house downtown Queens Street walk. So I just want to pass on the positive, and the cookies and the hot chocolate and the Christmas wrapping and all that was great.
That's during Moonlight Magic, and you were off probably with taking care of someone at your job when I mentioned we had about 200 people nice and slowly came through the facility, not all at once, which was really nice. And you missed, we had a donation on Giving Tuesday, and a substantial donation from an individual, and the city is going to issue a tax receipt. So
oh, okay, sorry I missed that.
yeah, we're getting there.
Yay, yay, a big clap. So nicely done.
Thanks for the nice comments on Moonlight Magic.
Yeah, and Jamie wrapping skills. I wish I can bring her to my house.
I
Thank
wish
you.
I had some customers that night because Marilyn and I didn't have anything to wrap at the moment.
Uh, Amy Williams was a treat too.
Yes, we had a artist in residence that night, and she was here with her artwork, and we're still selling her artwork in the gift shop.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope David heard all that from Sue today.
So just to backtrack, Madam Chair Savannah, you may want to bring up the Canadian Cultural Spaces. If the board would like me to move forward with application, you need to
Okay.
do a resolution.
So at this time, we need a motion to approve staff to research and apply for funding for summer positions. And whereas to pursue the approval of City of Sault Ste. Marie for reopening further funding programs. So we need someone to motion. Sandra? And someone to second?
I'll second.
David? Resolve that the Historic Sites Board approve staff to research and apply for funding for summer positions, and whereas to pursue the approval with the City of Sault Ste. Marie for reopening funding programs. All in favor? Carried. Any further questions or comments? Thank you, Kathy, for that information. And on point A, we have Municipal Heritage Committee. Do we have information from that committee?
I can give a brief update.
Sure.
At our last meeting, we spoke about replacement of some of the windows at the museum where I work on the second and third floor. So that was discussed. We also had went through the nominations for the Heritage Award. We didn't come to a vote just yet. It's gotten pushed back until January now. And one other thing we did discuss was the Bumpkin House, Caleb Courier. We're just working on that. He's still working with the Conservation Authority on that. But then we also had discussions about the Heritage Calendar once again, the sales of that, some of the issues with that, some of the places that weren't selling as many and whatnot, and coming to a head on that. But it was a pretty quick meeting in the sense of what we went through, but it was good. We went through a lot that day. So, and I don't know if Jamie has anything else to say on that, but.
No, I provided a numerical count of the number of calendars that had sold at that point. And Nicole Curry and I talked about social media strategies to promote it on Facebook and Twitter. And so I think we have about 240 calendars remaining. So part of the problem is that due to COVID, the copies that are at the museum have not sold because they haven't been open, and the copies at City Hall remain unsold. So I think we decided to reduce the retail outlets to the Old Stone House, the library, and Feeding Your Soul Cafe to get the last copies sold.
Thank you, Jamie.
I don't know whether Virginia has anything to add to all of this. I noticed she's on the call.
I just want to make note that as a Historic Sites Board member, your little gift that will be mailed off next week will include one of those heritage calendars and one of our signature chocolate bars. So look forward to that.
Sandra?
You know, I'm always trying to stir the pot. The calendar is so amazing. I know we have a lot of media friends, right, David? Maybe he can put a pitch in his article about that. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Well, and if you guys are on Facebook, you could all share the, go to the Ermatinger Facebook page and share their posting on the Heritage Calendar, and then people will know where to buy it from.
Any other new business?
I just want to make a note. If you follow us on Facebook, you would have noticed that the reenactors are a fairly tight group, and we lost one of our reenactors in Southern Ontario who was an essential member of the Royal Newfoundland Regiment that helped us initiate the bicentennial in all our activities that we did here at Fort St. Joseph and our site during 2012, 13, and 14. So, yeah, Paul Kelly. Okay, sorry. He's just one of those people that made sure we were true to our word and wear the uniform.
I wanted to thank you, Kathy, for that about him. And I think forwarded it on our, it was that nice.
The only other new business is that I wanted to attend and send a package out before we.
Thing?
Yes, Jamie, of course.
Kathy and I attended the Ontario Museum meeting, and I do have notes and I'm with you, but I after that, so refresh my memory about it. Kathy, thank you for the opportunity because you things, so thank you.
Yeah, conference and reopening and to take a look at that. Topics were decolonization, our collections online, but our and amplify that public engagement. Do have visit environments, So it was all those topics.
We adjourned to have a very safe ride with close family involved. So we'll see someone, a mover to event and a seconder. Resolve that on Zoom.
In the spring, we know we can move out to the.
Could I bother Councillor Hall if you hear this, 705-4770 about another? And Kathy, I don't think Virginia will be in a position to tell you this, but Cultural Advisory Committee did give you $5,900 last week for the Historic Harvest Fest. That requires rubber stamping by City Council. I assume that will go through Monday. They never second guess cultural stuff, but sounds like that money's in the bank for you. Did you have another application you mentioned with the Cultural Advisory Committee?
Well, both Friends of and Living History Algoma are arm's length to here. They both applied to it. And yes, I think the results of that committee's decisions will be going to council. And at that point, that's when Virginia and the committee can provide the confirmation.
Of course, there's no such reservations on me, but I'm assuming the money's in the bank, and it sounds like Virginia's communicated something to you anyway. But Living History 2022, is that involving you?
That's the other group, Living History Algoma.
Okay. Yeah, they appear to have been approved, and I'm sorry I've lost that on my screen. But if you need details, you can give me a call as well. I've got a list of everything that's approved, subject to council's approval.
I'm sure we'll hear from Virginia, our manager, recreation and culture, once approved. So that's, yes, exciting news. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Merry
Take
Christmas.
care.
Take care.
Merry Christmas.
And thank you for a wonderful year.
Wonderful. Bye.
Everyone.